When working in the restaurant industry, you will learn a handful of things, like how to build muscles and relationships, how to multitask, and how to work on a team. You will learn how to make good conversation, and even better, guacamole. You will learn that giving good tips on the menu does not guarantee you good tips on the bill, but you will never learn to be okay with this. You will learn to pay your dues like you pay your bills by making change happen, but most importantly, you will learn in the middle of taking the lunch order of a flustered family of 5 on the second Saturday of your second summer as a server back home in Colorado that panic attacks fail to understand good timing in the same way that too many people fail to understand that pretty much all Mexican food is the same ingredients, just under different names. So when that panic attack starts, you do too. Start for the bathroom and for the front door. Start to feel lightheaded, clammy. Start to forget how to breathe, how to speak, how to process anything but the very real feeling that you are absolutely dying on the curb of a family-owned Mexican restaurant with nobody else around to witness your final moments but a 20-something Buddhist man who tells you not to think about it. You will learn not to resent people who tell you this. You will learn to try for their sake, to try to think instead of puppies, or how giraffe spines work, or how macaroons are made. You will learn that the exquisite intricacy of making French pastries is not all that different than that of making and remaking yourself every morning into someone you can tolerate being. Most macaroon recipes call for grocery store almond flour. But considering you have crippling anxiety and will likely not want to leave your house, you will learn to make it on your own by putting all of your blanched, unseasoned, skinless, raw emotions, almonds, in a blender until they are fine. Just fine. Put the blender on pulse because you want to process those emotions, almonds, but not so much that you freak everyone out. Next is the confectioner's sugar, which, if you are unfamiliar, is a water-based solution, making it ideal for frostings and icings and other pretty things whose intention is to cover up what's really going on beneath the surface. Then come the eggs, which you will crack and extract the whites as a reminder to yourself that good things come from those who break. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Beat them until stiff peaks form, just slightly less stiff than the mountains you have allowed to form between you and the rest of the world. In fact, speaking of isolation, separate the egg whites well in advance. Tell yourself this is a precaution. Allow them to sit for hours, even overnight, so that they may age like the bottled wines and feelings you keep locked in a cellar. Allow them to mature, allow them to mature like you had to, long before you wanted to. Add more sugar for sweetness. Those macaroons should not be bitter like you. Bake at 325 for 10 minutes, or in a friend's garage until you feel light as air, as a macaroon, as your brother's even final breaths before he died. Bake until you no longer feel like you too have died. The only dying you should be doing involves food coloring and frosting. Sandwich 2 cookies together with frosting, but be gentle. Do not think how you two feel sandwiched between opening up or not, between 2 shades of the same regret. Do not think of yourself as delicate, but rather as a delicacy, and eventually you will learn to love yourself again. You will.